You lose water when you go to the toilet and when your body makes sweat. Drink water every day to protect your body. Go to the doctor when you get sick, and go to the dentist every year. Do exercise every day. It's good for you and it makes you happy. It's also good to sleep when you're tired. It's important to protect your body. Food for life. Everyone needs food to live. It gives you energy to work and play. It also gives you nutrients to grow well and stay healthy. Do you eat a balanced diet with lots of different nutrients? Your body needs proteins to build muscles. Proteins are also important for healthy hair and fingernails. You can get lots of proteins from meat, fish, and eggs. Dairy products like milk, cheese, and yogurt also contain proteins. Many people don't eat animal products, but they can get proteins from plant products. Pulses like beans and lentils are rich in proteins. Many grains, nuts, and seeds have proteins too. Which of these foods do you eat? Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates give your body energy. You can get carbohydrates from grain products like rice, bread, and pasta. Your body digests these foods slowly, so they give you energy for many hours. Some vegetables like potatoes also have lots of carbohydrates. What grains and vegetables do you eat? Sugar is also a carbohydrate. Your body digests sugar quickly, so it gives you energy right away. Don't eat too many sweet foods like candy or ice cream, and remember that you can also get sugar from naturally sweet foods. Have a bowl of fruit with a little honey. Fats. You need to eat some fats to grow well and stay healthy. Your body also stores fats for extra energy and to keep you warm in winter. Some types of meat and fish have a lot of fats. Dairy products like butter and cheese have fats too. You can also get fats from plant products like nuts, seeds, and vegetable oils. Be careful. Too many fats can make you fat. Vitamins. Your body needs vitamins to stay healthy and fight diseases. Vitamin A keeps your skin healthy. You can get vitamin A from orange fruits and vegetables like carrots or pumpkins. Dark green vegetables like spinach have lots of vitamin A too. Dairy products give you vitamin B for healthy blood. You can also get vitamin B from meat, fish, and eggs. Vitamin C helps your body fight diseases. You can get vitamin C from citrus fruits like oranges and lemons. Minerals. Your body also needs minerals. You need calcium for strong bones and healthy teeth. Dairy products like milk and yogurt are good sources of calcium. You also need iron for healthy blood. You can get iron from red meat and eggs or from vegetables like broccoli and spinach. Salt is also an important mineral, but be careful. Too much salty food is bad for you. Too much waste. In some countries, one person can make about 5 kilograms of waste every day. Where does all this waste go? Most waste goes to a landfill. At a landfill, people put the waste under the ground. Landfills are very big because we make so much waste. Most waste materials decompose. They break down into very small pieces. Food waste decomposes fast, but some waste materials decompose slowly. Paper materials take from 2 to 5 months to decompose. Some metal materials take from 80 to 100 years, and plastic materials take maybe up to 1,000 years. Some materials, like glass, never decompose. We are making more and more waste. We need more landfills, but there's no more land on Earth for landfills. Our waste stays in landfills for too long, and this is bad for Earth. So, we should make less waste. We should recycle more things. Around the world, people make up to 4 billion metric tons of waste every year. Stop germs. Do you get sick? Germs are things that can make you sick. Germs can get in your body when you breathe and when you eat. Germs can get in your mouth from your fingers, too. Some germs get in your body when you get a cut in your skin. Wash your hands with soap and water to get germs off your fingers. Wash your hands when it's time to eat, after you go to the toilet, after you touch animals, and after you play outside. Stop germs. There are germs in a sneeze. Catch sneezes in a tissue, then throw the tissue in a wastebasket. Maya, I volunteer 3 times a week. After school, I go to an elementary school in an underdeveloped neighborhood and help students with their homework. They don't have private tutors, and their parents are usually busy working. The kids look up to me and ask me for advice. I try to set a good example, and I encourage them to study hard. Roberto. When I think about things, I try not to think too much about the negative side of things. I try to focus on the positive. I think things will work out for the best, and they usually do. Some of my friends are just the opposite, and that can be hard on me sometimes. I guess I prefer to be around people who also focus more on the positive, but I get that not everyone is the same. The sun. The sun is a star. It's very, very hot. The sun has lots of heat and light. Heat and light from the sun come to Earth. The heat and light make Earth warm, so we can live here. Light from the sun comes to Earth in 8 minutes. Some places are warm and sunny all year, and they have no seasons. Some places have seasons. In summer, there's more light from the sun, so it's warm. In winter, there's less light from the sun, so it's cold. Is it warm and sunny where you live? Bernadette. I'm the type of person who tries to fix things. If I see something wrong, I try to make it right. It drives me crazy when I see a problem and no one is doing anything about it. It's better to fix problems right away. I think this is a good quality to have. I just started a new job, and my boss seems really pleased with my work so far. Some people just accept a problem, but it doesn't have to be that way. It always feels satisfying when I can solve something. Young Ho. My sister is a real people person, but I'm just the opposite. I prefer to do things on my own more. I like people, of course, but I also really enjoy my own time. I read a lot, go for walks by myself, things like that. I have friends, and we have a lot of fun together, but I guess I prefer being on my own. Some people think that's a bad thing, but I don't think so. What is Earth? Let's look at Earth. Let's look at oceans and rivers, mountains and forests. Earth is amazing, and it has lots of amazing places. We're in space, and we're looking at Earth. What can we see? We can see many colors. We can see land, water, and clouds. Earth is a planet. There are many, many planets in space, but there's only one Earth. Earth is our home. Millions of plants, animals, and people live here. On the land, there are forests, mountains, and deserts. Most of Earth's water is in oceans, but there's water in lakes too, and rivers too. Earth goes around the sun every year. Earth also turns every day. Jobs. Is a job a job? A job is the work that you do. A teacher does a job. A bus driver does a job too. Most people do jobs for money, but not all jobs are for money. Some jobs are inside. These people are working in an office. They are using telephones and computers. Some jobs are outside. People are making a new road. They wear orange clothes so other people can see them. Some people work in the same place every day. Some people go to lots of places. Flight attendants work on planes. They help the passengers. Flight attendants wear a uniform so passengers can find them. Firefighters wear a uniform to protect their bodies. They can go into very, very hot buildings. Human rights hero. Do you know what human rights are? They are basic rights. They include things like the right to vote and free speech. Many people believe that everyone should have these rights. They are important. Everyone needs fair treatment. Rights must become laws. This way, everyone can understand and clearly follow them. This keeps social order and peace. Sometimes people think about rights in opposite ways. People have to struggle for rights when they can't agree. Human rights activists are people who struggle for rights. One of the most well-known activists is Martin Luther King Jr. Why is he well known? King died struggling for the cause of human rights. He led peaceful struggles for human rights in the U.S. in the 1960s. People who disagreed with King abused him. They called him names and threw things at him. He peacefully continued the struggle. The government eventually changed its laws, and all people got equal rights. King's story gives people around the world hope. King's dream lives on with those people. They struggle for rights where they live. Homeschooling. Homeschooling is a choice made by some parents to provide education to their children in their own homes. It's popular in the United States, and it is becoming more popular in the United Kingdom, Australia, South Africa, and Japan. There are several advantages to homeschooling. For example, parents choose what their children learn. Because parents can teach their children one-on-one, they often understand the curriculum better and more quickly too. On the other hand, if their children need more time to learn something, parents can work with them at a slower pace. Parents also like to spend more time together as a family, and children feel safe at home. A safe environment often leads to better learning. There are disadvantages as well. Homeschooled students often feel lonely because they don't spend as much time with other kids their age. They don't get to talk with classmates about things like parents and homework. Parents also feel lonely because they must spend time teaching children and don't get to talk with other adults at work. In addition, homeschooled students sometimes cannot play school sports or participate in other activities and programs available to people in a school. Only you can decide if homeschooling is right for you and your family. Take the time to do the research and consider the pros and cons. Electricity. Electricity is a type of energy. Energy makes things work. We use electricity to make machines work. We use electric machines in our homes, schools, and offices. We can use electricity in trains, cars, and some buses too. Electric machines help us to do many things. In the kitchen, we use a kettle to make water hot. We use a refrigerator to keep our food cold, and we use a stove to cook our food. We use a washing machine to wash our clothes, and we use a dishwasher to wash our dishes. Electricity in nature. There's electricity in nature. In the Arctic and the Antarctic, electricity from the sun makes red and green colors in the sky. The colors are amazing. Lightning is a type of electricity in the sky, too. Lightning has lots of energy. It's very, very hot. When you see lightning in the sky, go into your home. Lightning can give you an electric shock. That's when electricity goes into your body. It can kill you. How we make electricity. We make electricity in power stations. We use this electricity to make machines work. Many power stations use coal to make electricity. We burn the coal to make water hot. Hot water makes steam. The steam turns a turbine. The turbine turns a generator, and then the generator makes electricity. Some power stations don't use coal. This power station uses water from a river. The water in the river turns turbines. We can use wind to make electricity too. This is a wind farm. The wind turns turbines to make electricity. I have this friend named Jonathan. He's been a close friend for a long time. Last month, I asked to borrow some money from him. It wasn't a lot, and I said I'd pay him back in a week. A week went by, and I didn't have the money, so I said I'd pay the following week. He got all upset with me and said he needed the money right away. I mean, it's only another week, so I don't know what the big deal is. I managed to get the money together, and I just paid him. He didn't say thank you or anything, and I'm now afraid I may have lost his friendship over this. I have a lot of friends, or at least I thought I did, but I now see some of these friends more as acquaintances. Let me explain. Last month, I was in a car accident. It wasn't very serious, but I did have to spend some time in the hospital. It was hard because I missed classes and was behind on my homework. The strange thing is, only 3 of my friends came to visit me, and no one else called or sent cards. Nothing. It kind of hurt my feelings. What is interesting is that it's helped me realize who my true friends are. I thought I had more close friends, but I see now that's not the case. That's fine with me, actually. What's important to me is to have a few really close, good friends. My friend Casey is probably my best friend. She's honest, reliable, and truthful, all qualities that are important to me in a friendship. Well, the other day, I was telling her about my sister. My sister was mad at me because I didn't remember her birthday. I told my sister she was acting silly, and now she is hardly talking to me. Well, I was telling this to Casey, and she thought I was wrong. She really made me see that I was being insensitive and my behavior wasn't very nice. That's what I like about Casey. She can help me see things that I wouldn't normally see. My travel journal. September 13th. I arrived in New York City 2 weeks ago. I'm writing this journal for one of my classes. My teacher says it is a good way for me to practice writing in English and to write about my experiences here in the United States. So far, I like New York and my school. I have 3 classes a day. Most of my classmates come from Japan, Korea, Poland, Germany, and Brazil. There aren't many Italian students, so I have to use English most of the time. I am learning a lot. I am living in student housing, and I have my own comfortable room. October 20th. My English is hopeless. I was on the bus this morning, and a man spoke to me, but I hardly understood him. I was so embarrassed. Why is my English improving so slowly? I want to make lots of American friends, but this isn't happening so easily. I feel shy, and it is hard for me to talk to people, even my classmates. I like them, but sometimes I can't understand them very well. I'm feeling homesick. I miss my friends and family. October 27th. I went to a school party last Friday, and it was awesome. I talked with a Japanese man named Kenji and a Polish woman named Anna. We talked about our country's customs and our experiences in the States so far. We are going to walk around the city together this weekend. Also, Kenji wants me to write for the student newspaper here at school. Maybe things are getting better. Stop pollution. Many power stations burn coal to make electricity. This makes pollution. What can we do to stop pollution? We can turn off lamps, computers, and other machines when we're not using them. When we are not using them, we can have a shower, not a bath. We can get electricity from power stations that make electricity with wind or water. These power stations don't make pollution. We can also use the sun to make electricity. Solar panels use energy from the sun to make electricity. Solar panels don't make pollution. Batteries. Some machines get electricity from batteries. We put batteries into lots of machines to make them work. Calculators, cameras, cell phones, and watches get electricity from batteries. We can take these machines with us when we move. Most batteries are small. They make electricity for small machines. Some machines use 2 or more batteries to work. Big batteries make electricity for big machines. A car battery helps a car to work. Some satellites have batteries too. Giant batteries make some satellites work. Do you have machines that use batteries? Be safe. How can you be safe with electricity? Don't put electric machines next to water. Electricity can move through water to you. Firefighters don't use water to stop electric machines from burning. They use powder to stop the fire. It isn't safe to put your fingers in sockets or electric machines. Electricity can move from the socket or the machine to you. It can give you an electric shock. Remember to be safe with electricity. Electricity helps us do many things every day and every night. Electricity is amazing. Cell phone etiquette. The first point I'd like to address is when not to use your phone. It's polite to switch off your phone or turn off the sound when you're in class or in a meeting. If you get an important call, you should ask for permission to leave the room and then don't talk for too long. Furthermore, for conversations that need more time, it is best to ask the person to call back at a more convenient time. Cell phones can also cause you to neglect the people you are with. I find it really annoying when my friends constantly check their messages on their phones. In fact, I want to tell them to turn off the cell phone and enjoy my company. Another point that needs to be made has to do with personal space. I think it is very impolite to make calls in small spaces or crowded rooms. This makes others uncomfortable and forces them to listen to your personal conversations. Additionally, it disturbs other face-to-face conversations. That's why I never use my cell phone within a few meters of other people, except in emergencies. Lastly, I would like readers to pay attention to the dangers of using your phone while doing something else. For instance, driving and texting is a bad combination. Likewise, using your phone or texting when walking can make you careless. You don't want to get hit by a car. Pay attention to where you're going. It's good that we can all choose what kinds of mass media to use. We can enjoy news programs, movies, songs, and other media that we like. But what if someone wants to change something you like? What if they want to ban it? What if you disagree with things other people like? How would you debate these issues? In ancient Greece, there was an intelligent philosopher named Socrates. He thought about the best ways to debate ideas. He created a system of discussion called the Socratic method. It's one of the best ways to debate an idea. It's done by asking and answering challenging questions about an idea. This helps us to understand why people have certain ideas. People can confirm or change their beliefs after a rigorous debate. This is useful for questions that don't have a correct answer. Some questions have a definite correct answer. For example, what is 1 plus 1? The correct answer is 2. That's not debatable. These questions usually come from science and math. However, social questions often don't have a correct answer. They only have better and worse answers. For example, what is appropriate music for children? It's up to people to think, discuss, debate, and decide for themselves. The Socratic method is one of the best ways to do that. Lila Martin goes to nice restaurants, eats cake, listens to bands, and gets paid for it. Lila is a wedding planner. She chooses the place, the food, and the music for people's weddings. It's stressful because everything needs to be perfect. Garner has his dream job. He plays video games all day long. Hal is a game designer for a large video game company. He makes new games and tests them. It's always exciting, and he almost always wins. Junko Watanabe has a sweet life. She makes bread, cookies, and cakes in her neighborhood bakery. Junko really likes her job. Her salary isn't great, but the customers love her cakes and cookies, so she's happy. What is an island? An island is a piece of land with water all around it. There are many different types of islands. An island can be very small, or it can be big with mountains, lakes, roads, and cities. Some islands are hot, but others are covered with ice. Some islands have animals and plants that don't live anywhere else. Only about 10% of people live on islands. Less than 30% of Earth's surface is land. There are 7 continents and thousands of islands. Some islands are in the middle of an ocean, and others are near the mainland. Many islands are so small that you can't see them on this map. Using resources. Carefully. On our planet Earth, there are many beautiful places. Sadly, some of the things that people do are damaging our planet. We must care for it to keep it safe and clean for all the plants, animals, and people living here. Our planet gives us many natural resources, like air to breathe and water to drink. It gives us plants and animals to eat, and coal and oil to make electricity. We need to use all these resources carefully. Some natural resources like water, sun, wind, soil, animals, and plants can replace themselves naturally. They are called renewable resources. They will not run out if we don't use them too quickly. If we use them carefully, we will have lots of these resources to use for a long time. We all need water. Water is one of the most important natural resources on Earth. We need fresh water to drink, and we need it to grow and cook food and to wash. Plants, animals, and people all need water to live. About 70% of Earth is covered with water, but most of this water is salt water in oceans. People need fresh water to drink, but only about 3% of Earth's water is fresh water. In some countries, there isn't enough water. Sometimes people have to travel a long way to collect water, or they move to a new place where there is water. Non-renewable resources. We use fossil fuels like coal, gas, and oil in power stations to make electricity. We use electricity to power lights, refrigerators, televisions, and computers. All need electricity. Too many people use electricity to cook and to heat their homes. We also use electricity to power some vehicles, and we use oil to make gasoline to power cars and other vehicles. The problem is that these fossil fuels cannot be replaced. So when we have used them all, they will run out. They are called non-renewable resources, and we are using them too quickly. In 2007, the 4 countries that used the most electricity were the United States, China, Russia, and Japan. Countries with more people need more electricity. Pollution. Sometimes we make our resources dirty. This is called pollution. We pollute the air when we use fossil fuels to make energy like electricity. We pollute water when we put waste into it. People, animals, and plants all need clean air and water. There are lots of ways we can help. We must keep water clean, and we must not waste it. Some charities are helping people to collect and store water. They are also building new dams, wells, and pumps so that people can have clean water nearer their homes. We must use non-renewable resources carefully, and we must not waste them. Caring for others. All around the world, people help each other. Many people, like doctors and teachers, have jobs that help others. They are paid money for their work. Lots of people give their time freely to do work, to help others. They are called volunteers. It's wonderful to care for a sick child who needs help. It's amazing to save someone's life. Many people do jobs that care for others. Workers like doctors and nurses are very important. They help people stay healthy, and they care for people who are sick. Doctors often work in clinics or hospitals.